back. We're finishing qualifying up here. RJ Smithy and our one and only. What's up there, Archangel? Glad to have you up in the booth for the points paying custom cup at Martinsville Giggity Racing Season 4 here. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm good, man. I miss you guys, man. How you guys been?
Just living life and doing things normally, but like I said, this was an exciting night. I don't get to broadcast very often with Mr. Smitty or get to talk to him. It's great to have him up here. Great to have you up here. We are going to do something that we didn't do last week. We went super speedway. These guys are now doing custom cup short track racing, and I'm excited to watch it. Congratulations to our two drivers that did dash their way in, Mr. Jake, as we all know, and the one and only Woodruff. Congratulations to them. See where they end up starting. We talked about it a little bit earlier, Arch. We were wondering if El Blanco got to Woodruff there. This is short track racing, a little bit of beat and a little bit of bumper usage. How would you, if you got to him, do you think El Blanco would have given him that big old bumper? Because Smitty and I agreed to it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get into the race. I mean, checker flag is checker flag, and a transfer position is transfer position, and I come to transfer.
Exactly. You really try your hardest to try to get in. I do like this new format. I do like the dash setups, everything. I really enjoy what we've got going on over here. We are getting ready to go here. Oh, once again, there goes voice, but just to make it right. So we have Celtics staying on the pole and Fluffy on the outside. What's up, Flo? He said, what's up? Great job up there in the booth. We appreciate it. Blakey T, go drink yourself a Pepsi. Don't boo me. They're racing at something that you don't know anything about, Blakey T. It's called a short track at Martinsville. We all know how you love to go to the super speedways, buddy. Great to have everybody out there. And it's so cool to see how many more subscribers we have gained and we are getting. And every week, people paying attention in from the first time. For the first time that we started this, I got a blue screen because we are getting ready to go green flag racing. We
Bye,
got
Ghost.
Coke, Woodruff, Nanner, AJ Storm, ING, Jake, Golf, Fluffy, Celtics, Golf, all racing tonight. So this is going to be exciting, guys. Here we go.
I just wanna say before we get going here, I didn't join yet. I'm looking at the daily fastest, and after qualifying, we have a substantial change. We got Celtics fan at number 1, Fluffy number 2, Coke fan 3rd, AJ Storm 5th, Jake 6th, Jay Wood 7th, Taddy 8th, and from the back 10th.
That's a powerful top 10 right there.
That is a lot of fast names right there, and they are all within about a tenth of each other. So this might be very well a very close race.
Blakey T says, oh boy, I wish I could be there in the booth with y'all. Well, I need to see your commentating credentials before you can get up the great stance and get up here in the booth as we see the 11 car Celtics fan already pulling away from everybody, guys.
Yeah, he's definitely got himself a nice little comfortable gap. I'm wondering if maybe something didn't happen.
I'm not wondering if something happened, and I'm going through, and I'm appearing that he's the only one on the track right now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I just joined it, and it's only showing Celtics fan in the lobby, and then us three.
I think that we might have had to do a restart, fellas. I'm wondering where the Captain General is.
We apologize for this technical difficulty, but I am only showing Celtics on the track.
Me too.
Give us 1 second here, and I think the lobby just closed out.
And it shows that I think they had to restart. Somebody last minute mentioned to pause.
Oh, alright, so give us 1 minute. We do apologize for that. We had to go ahead to jump in here. We're going to get them racked and stacked, quite literally, for our for the initial green flag. So we do apologize for that. No harm, no foul. We want to make sure that everybody is set, content, and ready, and is in there. I've had that happen once before on a motorcycle. On the start line, you raise your hand to let the guy with the green flag say, "No, no, no, give me my 2 minutes." And let me tell you what, when it doesn't happen and everybody goes flying around you, it's unfortunate. So we want to make sure all of our participants are in tonight because we got a stacked deal.
And once we do end up
Something new tonight, folks. We are
Catch
actually going to
catch
run
the
a couple
start.
pace laps. Because of having to redo the race lobby, we got to get the drivers back in their qualifying position order. So the quickest and easiest way to do that is to just do two quick little pace laps, have drivers run. I think they're probably going to run probably between 55 and 70, and you going 65? Okay, yes, sir. Yep. So pretty close, and we'll see these guys come up here and act like we're going to a real rack 'em and stack 'em here this time, guys. Yes, sir.
Yep, just received that one. We do appreciate that. Yeah, doing a little bit memorial today. If ever didn't realize and see the name, this one is for Rocket Man Ryan Newman. All of the underdog team is already driving Roush Fenway cars, but they changed all of their numbers to 6. And that is some of the greatest news we've had for a while from some tragic accident that we saw. Mr. Rocket Man Ryan Newman walking out of the hospital is what I was informed of today. And that is great news because there was a lot of speculation, but I told my wife, here we go, we were told to accept. One of the things I was always did, don't believe anything and don't believe any social media until the the official press release is out. So that's great to hear. But we are joining back in. Give me a second. The blue screen. Well,
Do you guys join already?
I just joined.
I was just waiting for a second. I'm in the lobby right now, so let me know when
All
the
right,
pace
don't.
laps are official.
If you haven't joined yet, send me an invite.
All right, I can do that. So if they're doing their pace laps, we were going to get him in here. Mr. RJ Smitty, here's your invite. So if you're out there in YouTube land, if you've heard of Giggity Racing, a lot of respect for you, Mr. Ryan Newman. This race goes out to you here at Martinsville, our custom cup style.
Going for the Ryan Rocketman 250.
I like that. I really do. Did you get your invite?
I did. I'm joining right now.
Awesome. Yep. If you're joining in, I'll join in. We'll make sure we can get this respect for him out there. Then we're going to get him racked and stacked. Green flag
And the
race
way
at
they'll
Martinsville.
do this, they'll do the like Arch said. They'll do the 2 laps, and we don't do the restart zone. We go by the line. So once the first guy gets to the line, that's when the green is going to drop. So there is no restart zone.
We got
If you
most of these
guys don't
guys
mind,
lined
we
up
do have
now.
somebody that wants to be able to flap his Pepsi jaws. Is Mr. Blakey T? If you'd like
Come
to
on,
send him
Blakey
an
T.
invite.
Come up here and say hi, buddy.
Oh, Blakey's got wonderful memories of
No
Martinsville.
swear words, Blakey. Like
And
Honda.
we are getting ready to go green as they're
Oh,
coming
there's
down the
already caution.
backstretch right
Oh,
now.
there's
Oh
contact.
no. There is a caution. Now we're just gonna go green when it goes green.
Yeah, I think that it actually might be under caution because nobody's going side by side. So
But at least we got our front row is for sure correct. Believe up till about 7th or 8th place is gonna be the original places.
This gives me a chance to write some numbers down as they scrolling by. Again, guys, with the off season, this is our second week. We've got new drivers, we got new numbers. RJ Smitty, we are trying to learn everybody's new names, paint codes, and where everybody is at. So we do appreciate your bearing with us on that. But this gives me a chance to try to write everything down so I don't have to flip through to find things.
all right, guys, we're gonna rack them and stack them as it did cost caution. So we're gonna. I think we're just gonna go green from here, boys.
We got Celtics fan on the front row starting first, and we got Fluffy on the outside there starting second.
I'll let
Well,
you
we got
guys
pretty
take
close.
this one.
And we're coming out of turn. Oh, those guys are coming out 3 wide.
I can't believe they held that together. We got a heck of a battle up here. Fluffy's holding tight.
This is gonna be good, boys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real good. I'm excited about this. This is my favorite track in real life. I love to go in here. I can't wait to go back. This right here to me is the most exciting type of racing.
Definitely, this is also my favorite track. I've been wanting to try to get tickets to go here someday, and
If you haven't been, I recommend it highly.
Yeah,
This one or Bristol?
if you want to send Mr. Blakey T an invite, if you can, see if we can get him up here for a couple minutes. We'd love to have his input and thoughts on a short track.
Celtics has opened up a 3-4 car length lead here as he's pulled away from Fluffy. He's able to actually get a little bit of room between them two, and he's going to be able to start running his line and take care of his equipment the way he needs to, as Fluffy is getting some pressure from the 19.
And that Celtics fan is loving this because he is driving away.
We've got a good hard battle back there for second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Oh yeah, AJ Storm's trying to work his way through, and that's our transfer driver all the way up to fourth already, Jake Giroux.
I think Jake started about 7th or 8th. He's definitely wanting to get up there though.
Yeah, that guy is trying to get underneath him pretty fast.
Yeah, trying to see who that number is.
Uh-oh.
It's Coke.
Oh,
Coke
that's me on pit road.
Yep, 200, that is Coke FN. Great to have him over there. One heck of a fast guy, dirt or pavement. Unusual to see him not in a pink and white car, trying to get to that back bumper of 40. We got Blakey T up here in the booth. You have 1 minute. What do you want, Mr. Pepsi? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Excuse you, sir.
Remember, we are on air, so...
No.
Well, great to have you up here. I know you're in the Xfinity season. I know you love yourself a short track. This is Martinsville. You do so well at them. Great to have you up here to get some of your input. We have RJ Smitty. We have the one and only Archangel. We now have Blakey T, and of course, everybody can hear me talk. I put, and we are Custom Cup style here in Martinsville. Coke goes to the inside of Jake. 40 to the outside right there. Holds his line real well. Preferred line goes to Coke FM. He puts power down. Throttle control and braking points. Everybody's going to have to learn where to do it when they're around other people and they can't get to their preferred line. We were talking about that earlier in pre-race, RJ.
Yeah, I'm looking at third place here. AJ Storm, he is all over Fluffy. He wants to put on a mission right now, 1-2.
And we are so happy to have on a mission over here in our custom cups on Wednesday nights. They are only here. They've got
Oh, he caught the wall.
Just tag that wall just a little bit. But yes, great to have on a mission over here with us participating. Super, super fast guys. Yes, we are doing some short track racing tonight, FF man.
Hey, Puddin', I got a correction for y'all. You said the one and only? No, a correction.
Oh,
Because you said the one and only, and technically, there's an imposter in this chat party, buddy.
I'm the alter ego.
Archangels in here.
You're the one and only, and I just want to be as cool as you. That's all there is to it, buddy.
You don't want to be this
When
cool,
you drink
man.
your Coke one day, you'll be just as cool.
Oh,
there we
man,
go.
I don't think I can do. I don't think I can take that claim, man. I'm a Pepsi and
Celtics
Dr.
start-
Pepsi fan.
Oh no,
Celtics is pulling away with this just a little bit. We got that yellow car. I believe that is Coke right there, trying to catch back up to the AJ Storm in 19. I do believe that again, like trying to learn the newcomers and cars. Jake right on his rear end. We got a nice little battle coming up. We're gonna click through and see what else is going on with these guys.
He's getting loose off them corners like I was talking about earlier. Which at this early is not good.
Not a very good sign, no.
I mean, it's good for a qualifying setup, but long-term
Definitely.
run, it's not going to help him. He's just going to hinder him as Coke is all over him, man.
Yeah,
He's
Coke
trying to get third.
and Jake, a little bit of contact.
Ooh, 3 wide coming off the corner.
they're 3
my
wide.
God.
He made the
Good-
2 for
good
1
job,
pass.
Jake.
Jake
backed out
felt
of that.
better. He backed out of there.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Jake. As Coke overdrives that corner just a little bit. AJ's going to try and peek his nose back going down
Oh,
the
he
straightaway.
got
It's a little
sideways
bit loose,
again.
yep.
He's going to
Remember,
wind up
guys,
losing
the
fourth
preferred-
because of that mistake, too.
Preferred
Yeah,
line
if
is that
he's
inside line.
busting
You do want to hit
loose
that.
already, this is gonna be a long race for him.
He'll be alright, just drift around the corners and
Downshift and kick her into gear,
yeah, just keep sliding. It'll be
As I'm
alright.
sitting here looking at Celtics fans, yeah, he's got a commanding lead, but it looks like Fluffy's actually closing that gap a little bit. Looks like Fluffy's car is starting to come to him, and Celtics might start chasing some of that loose condition as Fluffy is definitely taking off a couple tenths from that lead.
Definitely, and you got to think, Celtics is part of on a mission along with AJ Storm. He's their captain, and are they running the same setup? Do they have something different? Is he gonna start getting loose also?
That is definitely true. There's a lot of guys in this game that depend a lot on their teammates, and I mean, a lot of us will end up running the same setups.
Not everybody has the same driving style. Again, I was talking to two people. They had very similar setups, but one person liked one way, one person liked something just a couple clicks a different way. So it wouldn't be surprising if they have something very similar, but does dial it in for themselves. You can't just jump online and put something in and make it work. These guys have been working really hard in this custom setup league to get their cars dialed in for the way they specifically drive. Yeah, Fluffy is
Oh,
trying to catch
definitely.
staying off of that lower apron. We talked about that. It'll upset your car. Stays just above it. That's a good line. Some people think you got to be right on it. Not always the case. Celtic goes in just a little bit higher, but watch that drive he gets right there. Pulls back on Fluffy a little bit. Fluffy's gaining him, going down straightaway, going into turn one, but Celtics gets one heck of a drive running that second lane right there. It is possible to do that here at Martinsville.
They're coming up on the lap car of the 31. I'm not too sure who that is.
Golf
Golf
Nut.
31, yeah, 31 is Golf Nut.
And Fluffy is there.
Hey, just give him a little bump.
Going back to the whole setups with on a mission, Celtics fan used to be here as a full-time driver. He was on my team. I know he spends a lot of time with his setup, so I kind of have to believe that is
Fluffy
his own
takes the lead.
setup. But
Fluffy's definitely taking that lead. He looks like Celtics fan coming off at 4. Looks like he got a little bit high, and instead of trying to even fight him, he just let him fly by as somebody just lagged up.
we got 2 lap cars. Fluffy's above one.
I was on board with that 37. That is Nanobread. I saw him get a loose, hit that wall just a little bit. That cool looking orange.
Oh, hit it again.
For Shin Motorsports. Trying to hold on to that thing right now, but lap traffic, we talked about this earlier. Again, RJ, sorry, Arch and Blakey, but lap traffic can be a big factor here. You don't want to go a lap down, because if you have to pit under green flag, you're going to go another 2 laps down. So it's hard to get a lap back here without caution. We have been caution free under this race. Remember, we are running new style, old school points. We are not running last year's style. But Nanner goes to the high side, gives the respect to the
No stages either.
Yep, yeah, no stages. That's so that's a lot of respect right there for Nanner to go to the outside, but no stages, cautions only. If we go completely green and you go laps down, just try
And
to
boys,
get it.
Fluffy is gone.
Oh, he's checking out. He's already got half a straightaway almost.
He's running that Blakey T-line.
I heard that a couple people ran with Fluffy here a couple weeks ago or somewhere in that time, and this is one of Fluffy's tracks. From what I heard is Fluffy pretty much lapped the field in that race, so it's going to be interesting if somebody's got something for him.
Well, right now,
Ryan
Celtics
Ryan Newman
fan.
250, he is running that paint scheme that Ryan Newman was running at Daytona. We want to bring that up, so great to see him out there. Go ahead, Arch, I apologize.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just letting you guys know, man. Celtics fan has some pressure on his back door after all this lap traffic. You got a new guy sitting there battling for second as Coke FM's worked his way all the way up to the tail end of him, and he's pressuring him around this track as they're heading down into 1 and 2.
Field started to spread out a little bit. Some of these guys just trying to hold on to what they got.
Oh, got a little loose.
Yeah, he did.
Coke fan's looking down low.
Oh, Celtics looks
See
like
if he'll
he might have
get
got just a little
him.
bit high, but
Oh,
he's been
little
running that line
contact coming
there.
off the corner. Celtics prevails.
There's that line we were talking about, running up high like that. That gives Coke the chance to stick his nose down in there. But that drive that Celtics gets, can he hold it off? Right there, we just saw it. That's the proof. He can pull a whole car on him. Who's going to drive it in? It's going to be a shutoff contest.
Well, I respect this right here out of Coke. Is Coke's taking his time, and you know that's something that we've really been missing as a Celtics fan. Look, that's awesome right there, man. He pulls down, lets Coke go ahead and pass him. He knows he's faster right now. Wait till he can get a pit stop. Wait till he can make some changes on his car, because obviously he's a little bit loose. And let Coke go out there and try and chase down Fluffy and see if he can go battle him and see if maybe Celtics fan can gain some of that ground back.
Plant said he just flew home from Martinsville from the dash. Wish he could be out there. Put in a good show. Great to have you out there in YouTube land. Coke makes the pass, starts to pull away just a little bit here on Celtics.
Hey, man, are you in a turbo jet to get home that fast?
That's what I just said. I said that was a short flight. Cars starting to spread out just a little bit. Our leader's still starting to lap more cars. Victor, Fluffy, looking real good tonight. Woodruff back there, great to see him in there. He dashed in with Jake. Some of these guys are just trying to hold on for what they got. 31 golf, already gone down a lap. Unfortunate for him, trying to work everything back. Wicked Gatekeeper, great to see he didn't change numbers on me.
We
RJ.
got a pretty close battle here between K-Taddy and, well, AJ Storm just pulled away from him because K-Taddy just got really tight in that corner, it looked like. But, and then they've also got a car behind them. It's a 3-car battle for that position.
14 is
Woodruff
right now. Yep, and we're on board with K-Taddy. So applying a little bit of pressure. Woodruff looked real good. Jake pulled away from him, but Woodruff also pulled away from the rest of that field towards the end of the dash. We know he's got a strong car. It's great to see him in there. Said he'd be up in the booth and he didn't dash in, but I would assuming he would much rather have his helmet on. His 19 makes a little contact with that 31.
AJ Storm and Golf Nut.
Yep.
Oh, a little contact with Golf Nut and take K-Taddy.
Frisky. Uh-oh.
Taddy got a little bit loose.
No,
Taddy, these guys can see, man. They've got that mini map, dude. They know that leader's only about half lap behind them now, closing in.
They gotta go. They gotta
Yeah.
go. So, to be fair, gentlemen, I'm down here in the pits. I'm not in the booth. I don't have the invite, so I'm just kind of watching the phone.
Hey, if you go to my Twitch, it's actually like almost in sync with the broadcast. There's like almost a zero time delay between Twitch accounts, so you can
go
jump
to
in there.
the party screen and click on one of our names. Click on Archangel Fry.
Plant said that he took your private jet, Smitty, to get there that quick, and he thanks you for that.
Smitty, you've been holding out, bro.
That's where my jet went. I was told it was missing.
There we go, right there,
man.
K-Taddy, the inside of that 19, coming up on that 37 of Mr. Nannerbread. Little bit of lap traffic, everybody trying to work. We got Storm, Woodruff, and Taddy all right here.
Yeah, man, these guys are giving a lot of space and a lot of room, and I know NRG's not real happy right now with the way his car is handling, and he's doing the best he can to let these guys go by without affecting them, and we're about to have a battle here, man. If all 4 or 5 of these cars get together,
It's gonna be some good racing. Yeah, well, no, I'm still watching from my phone. I was gonna try to get to the race lobby, but I couldn't.
Trying to watch this right here. We know who our leader is. He's starting to pull away. I'm sure Celtics is right there too, but we've got a good little battle going on here. We'll check in with that just on a second. Again, I'm on the broadcast. If anybody wants to see anybody, let me know. I'll click through, but I'm going to try to find where the good battles are right now.
I'm sticking around here with K-Taddy and AJ Storm and them right now, man. I see these guys staying close together, and I'll see Fluffy starting to gain on these guys in the back.
Yeah, Fluffy's opened up about a full straight lead on Coke Fan right now.
Yeah, only leaves about a quarter of a
Oh,
lap.
he's got a lap car, a little bit of contact with 37. 37 just let him go.
We've still been clean and green here at Custom Cup Martinsville Season 4. Giggity Race in second week. Glad to see that.
Pit stops are starting.
Yeah, we are starting to see pit lane open up. I
Yeah, from the
believe
back
the
is in
car.
on pit lane.
Is that from
Looks
the
like
back?
they're gonna need some gas, some fuel, some tires, and a good cold Coke to keep them going and hydrated. So
AJ Storm's all over Taddy's bumper right now, guys.
Those two have been pretty close together ever since the start of the race.
AJ runs up a little bit as Woodruff's trying to stick his nose under him.
Yeah.
Oh, Taddy gets loose in front of him. That's going to close that battle up as AJ Storm goes to the outside. Tries to cross him over.
On the lead lap. Does anybody
Yes,
know?
he is. I believe he's right there battling for position. This is a 3-car battle.
Three-way
for that
battle. And it's going to turn out to be a 4-car battle as I'm Goofy has just pulled right up to him. And they're all going to go past AJ. Yep, he's pitting. Going to get some 4 freshies.
Hits that curb a little bit. We don't want to do that. See how it upset Katie Taddy's car right there. He hits that curb. Got his car upset. Bouncing it up. Here comes.
That's the leader right there.
Yep.
Right behind him.
And I'm Goofy. He's looking underneath Woodruff right now.
Fluffy's looking underneath Woodruff. And he passes Woodruff, put him a lap down.
Yeah, these guys are thinking, we gotta go. We got the leader right behind us.
Well, I think that's why AJ actually pulled into pit lane. He knew he was getting ready to go lap down. He didn't want to hold leaders up. He didn't want to battle and fight no more. Go in there, get you some fresh rubbers. Let these guys keep slipping and sliding. Get you an adjustment and try and make up some ground on these fresh tires, man. And try and maybe cycle back around where he's in front of the leader.
I gotta agree. That's probably what he was thinking. As AJ's coming back out on the track right now, he came out right in front of Coke Fan.
We're going to stick on board with Fluffy just for a couple minutes here, just to see when his pit strategy is, how he's going to do it. He's lapped majority of this
They're
field,
three wide going down the back front stretch.
so he's going to
42's gonna let him go.
As I know Coke is fast, man, but fresh tires are fresh tires.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how fast.
Yeah, look at that gap that he just opened up on exit.
Yes, sir.
Coke
Hey,
just
Trout,
can't get on the
let's see.
throttle like AJ can with those freshies.
A-Trout out there as we see Fluffy go underneath his teammate right there. But A-Trout says, let's see some beating and banging. Great to have you out there. We heard from Ed, though, earlier. Says he's a little sore. He's doing all right. Great to hear from him. Great to hear from A-Trout. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah,
We got Nanner Bread on pit road. I think he might have lagged out.
Oh no.
I think his car was just struggling that bad today, man.
Yeah, he looked like he was having some
He
issues
just
with
didn't
that
want to be in
car.
the way. Yeah, as tight and as narrow as this track is, I mean, he had already went 2 laps down before pitting, so I know that's a tough break for Nanner, man. He's always fun to have on the track. He's a real good guy, man. So hates that for you, buddy, man. Come back.
Oh, I'm goofy. He got loose off of 4 there. I think he tried to overcorrect it and just didn't get it. He slammed into the wall. He's back up and going though.
We're all in trouble, guys, now. Mr. Ryan Morgan, that RKM guy. Somebody's in the chat. I
He
think
got in the wall again. He's going to come to
hit the
pit road
fan
this
now.
lap.
No, that's great to see you out there. A-Trout just says,
Celtics fans coming to pit road.
He says he misses out there. I'm still on board with him and seeing the green flags. I don't know if Fluffy has already pitted or not, but I'm still trying to keep an eye on what his pit strategy is. We see like you said,
he
green
still
flag
hasn't
is-
pitted, bud.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted.
He's out there tearing these boys up.
It's hard to decide what to do here. For me, I like to run the tank empty because say you pit and the caution does come out, you're down 2 laps at least.
That's that's a big comeback here too. I mean, anytime you're a lap down, but you go numerous laps down, it's not very easy.
And if that caution comes out before these leaders pit, these guys are already 3 laps down because they were all lap down heading into pit lane. So it's definitely real touchy. I like the short pit, but when it comes to certain situations like a track this small, as we see the leader go past Celtics fan as he's coming out of the pit, this is one place that I will never short pit. I can't. I feel like you get too far behind.
Yeah, that
Just
caution
stay
comes out, you're done.
Yes,
Just
sir.
run it till it's dry. Just run on the rims.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say if it's loose or tight, just use the wall when you come off the
I
corner.
mean, you know, well, ain't never hurt nobody.
No.
Taddy got a little bit loose coming out of 3 or 2.
Jaywood got loose trying to work it under him as I'm watching these. I was actually on the board with
Oh,
Jaywood.
they're gonna make it. Oh, they almost made it 3 wide. Taddy's struggling right now. He's trying.
You know what's crazy is I think that's a 4-car battle for position. That's Coke with him. So that's 3-car battle as that's second
I
place. Coke.
think everybody in there pitted other than Taddy so far.
You think Coke pitted?
Coke did not. No, not yet.
I think Coke's running second and he's trying to work through that lap traffic.
When it's a situation where in-car report...
As Taddy, I think he's going to come down the pit road this time, no?
Hard to do here at a short track.
He just got super loose, though.
Ryan Morgan wants to know, and these are his quote-unquote words, how the hell did you get Smitty up in the booth?
It's called money.
My plane got stolen, so I had to do something. Coke's gonna come down. Nope, not yet.
I think he just got loose off the corner trying to stay off the lap cars.
Oh, Teddy got a little bit of the wall there.
They got from the back coming up behind him with them fresh tires. So he's going to try and pass Taddy.
This is
Taddy's going to
definitely
pull
where it gets
down.
hard, is who is going for a position after all these pit stops.
But yeah,
For
like I
us,
said, with the
yeah, it's definitely difficult. If actually, I think if I pull up my phone, pretty sure Jake Drew has his broadcast going.
Oh, he
And I'm
might.
subscribed to his
I
channel,
was
so
just I
I'll
was
go
just going to
jump
ask
on
you
Jake.
guys if anybody had access to somebody's broadcast separately to help us
Yeah,
out up here. I am doing the broadcast. Don't have a smartphone, so if anybody else out there, let us know. Trying
I
to give
got
you
you,
guys
bro.
the best call we can up here in the booth. Once again, great to have Mr.
Jake is
RJ,
not streaming.
Smitty, Arch, and Blakey T, and myself, Puddin, watching some short track here at Martinsville. Still on board with Taddy. Just going to flip through real quick. Here's AJ Storm, looking real good. Celtics sitting right behind him, trying to chase him down.
I'm gonna check his Twitch.
Jumping back on board with Fluffy, and again we switched around. I still don't know if he is pitted or not, but yeah, especially with the lead like that.
Front two have not.
The front two have not pitted yet. If that's the case, yeah, just burn that tank dry. You got plenty of a gap. Everybody else numerous laps down now after pitting and
Oh,
getting past.
AJ
Contact
gets in
with
the Celtics.
teammates.
Yeah. He hit that curb trying to hold down.
Oh,
Taddy's on
Taddy
the front
is
stretch,
around.
nosed in the wall.
Taddy
Heck of a
spun
job
around.
keeping it down there, though.
Oh, man.
He's
See,
got
that's
it
the
going
risk of
now.
staying out there.
Yeah.
Plant said he'll send your plane back to you as soon as the pilot is done eating lunch. He's tired after taking him back, so he'll get it to you back at his earliest convenience, Mr. Smitty.
All right. Well, I don't pay for lunch breaks, so.
That's all on him then. Hopefully makes and as we're on board
So we got
there we
Fluffy
go.
pitting right now.
Yep, Fluffy now coming to pit lane with
I
a
have to
very
believe, I
comfortable
would think Coke fan's gonna follow him if he hasn't pitted already, and he's not going
Coke
to.
stays out another lap.
lead. He said Jeffrey is now on his way back to him.
Oh, I don't trust Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
That's a little bit of an inside joke for me, me and Plant.
Oh, all you old timers.
Jumping on board with Coke right now, seeing how he's going to pull everything off. How many more laps can he go, or will he go? We got that 95 right behind him. That 95 is from the back. Trying to see
I'm
what's going
honestly
on here.
just amazed right now. You know, other than the little caution that we had, I'd say before the race actually started. You know, we haven't had a caution.
Yeah, we've been clean and green. That's the talent that we have here in the Cup Series. A lot of people out there in other leagues and development series, and everybody watching
Coke fans
this
coming to
race.
pit road right now.
See these guys' patience. Yep, we got Coke coming to pit lane, but yeah, everybody out
Excuse me,
there in
sir.
other
I'd
leagues
like to
and divisions
point out
want
the
to
fact
learn.
that the Xfinity Series also went caution-free last week.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, we went green in every race except the truck race and the Cup preset race.
Forget the dirt series that we had too. They went. They had like 2 or 3 cautions, but it was a really good race over there.
I
Yeah,
haven't gotten to watch too much of the dirt races, but I hear that it's a heck of an experience over there.
It's normally, dude, some of the best racing that we have in this league, and that's not being biased coming from dirt, because I'm having more fun on asphalt, and I consider myself an asphalt driver now. But dude, they've been putting on some shows. You go back to last season, I mean, we were having just great battles, B mains, A mains, throughout.
We got Coke fan coming out of the pits right now. Whether he's in second or not.
I'm pretty sure
Jake's pitting
Fluffy's on the
right
back
now.
stretch. Fluffy just
Wow,
went into 3.
I can't believe those guys went as long as they did. They're definitely going to have less pit stops than most.
Fluffy has almost 3/4 of a lap, well, 2/3 of a lap on Coke right now.
Still a long time to go. We still got a lot going on.
Are you able to see who's in third?
I'm going to take a guess at it, and I'm going to say it's Celtics, because he's right behind Coke.
Yeah.
That's my best guess. All my professionalisms. Oh, is that Wicked? Is slow down the backstretch, or is that from the back? I thought it was really
Wicked's in
slow.
the
Taddy's coming
42.
in the pit
Wicked's
again,
down pit
guys.
road.
Yeah, Wicked and Taddy both are. That's really short pitting, huh?
Not sure if Wicked had pitted earlier. I would think he probably did.
They all did. Wicked, Taddy,
I think
the
Jake
whole
was
team
our.
had
I
on
think
the
Jake
back.
was our last one to pit from the
Yeah.
first stops.
Wow, that is definitely catching me off guard there, guys. They must be in the fuel window to make it to the end of the race now. That's the only thing I can think of. That'd be the only reason to pit now, wouldn't you guys say?
It just depends on your situation, how everything's wearing out, and what you want to do for strategy here coming up in this race. You know, with no yellow flag yet, and possibly being anywhere from 2 to 5 laps down, you're really going to have to start pulling some strategy out, praying that these leaders can, you know, not pull too far ahead of you, which they will, and hope for a caution. And we, like I said, they're still clean and green. We have not get to say the famous words yet in this beautiful custom cup night race here at Martinsville.
Hey, that's beautiful in itself. Like I love saying them words and I love having that sound, but man, this is what you like to see when you're on track. As a driver, this is the most important
We're
thing.
joined by
Man.
a retired
Yeah.
driver from this race with Nanner Bread. How's it going, Nanner?
Yeah, it definitely sounded like you were running a cylinder down for about 10 laps there, man, before you finally had to pull her in the pit.
Did you put yourself on always allow because they say they can't hear you?
Oh no.
Your brother left.
Take 2.
We're here.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you were
we saw some
definitely,
issues with you there. We do appreciate your respect. If you didn't feel comfortable tonight, you know, it's always best to try to run a race out and finish it to the end. But when your car is that unstable or you're uncomfortable with it, especially on a track like this, that lap traffic or other cars can come into effect. So we do respect your opinion on that, you know, and that shows courtesy to your other custom cup league drivers and everything, Nanner. But yeah.
This is by far my least favorite track on the game, and you know, there's a lot of guys that didn't want to race tonight. As we see, we have a way smaller field than we had last week. First and foremost, Daytona's fun. Martinsville is not. I mean, literally, you do have short track racers on the game. We don't have a lot of them, but we see that Fluffy is obviously dominating, and
He's professional in everything.
yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how it goes. I literally just hopped out of their party chat just to hop into the booth here, and you know, with no stages, man, it's hard. It is tough. 250 laps around this joint. With a short track, it doesn't seem like 250 laps is a lot. But then I watched the dash. You guys did what, like 65
Yeah,
laps or something like that?
our two dash drivers will be doing over 300 laps tonight, plus qualifying.
So I mean, I tell you what, it is a drag, man. It's a driver's track. Trying to stay out of the way and not get loose and wreck somebody. I about wrecked Fluffy the second time he lapped me.
Yeah.
That's when I backed out. I said, "Yep, I'm done with this. You all enjoy your race." That's pretty much where it stood.
Hey, I figure that's what you did, man. I know you got enough respect for these guys that you're not trying to get in here and have any impact on this the front runners as we see that these guys are definitely separated by miles apart of each other right now. As we've got Fluffy up front with Coke still trying to chase him down, and Celtics fans taking third.
I will be very surprised if there is more than 2 cars on the lead lap after this race. No offense to anybody else, but Fluffy's just that good everywhere.
I gotta believe. I think only one on the lead lap is probably Coke.
I think Celtics fan, because Celtics fan was within a couple car lengths of him.
Not for long, because Fluffy's right on him.
I was gonna say I was when I was still in the race. Celtics, he was in the lead the better part of the first part of it, but yeah, he's about to get lapped right here.
There you go. You just let him go. That's respectful there.
And if I had a car that could have handled just to let someone go like that off the exit, I'd have stayed in, but it's like I didn't, and I didn't want to ruin somebody. I didn't want to bring out a caution if it's necessary. We didn't have any cautions last week at Daytona. And knowing that, the leader's going to come up on you over and over and over again, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to save myself the embarrassment. I'll take my starting part
points. Oh, we got
points.
Someone around. I think it might have been Celtics fan.
He looked like he was pushing pretty hard back there, man. After
he had a little bit of an issue on the straight.
Tell you what, though, that 37 car looks really beautiful sitting on pit lane.
AJ Storm's back on pit lane.
Yeah, if you can stretch out fuel over tires.
I think Teddy and
I was just gonna say, what are you guys getting for like fuel?
Well, I mean, as you know, you're not running off of a lap of fuel per lap. It's after the course of we were on 2%. I think it started off at close to 70, so you're probably getting 80 laps or so of fuel. You're pitting for tires before that. Fluffy might not be, but
on that first pit stops, I believe Jake went the longest of them all.
It wouldn't surprise me. He showed he had a really good car in the dash to work his way into it. I'm still baffled why he is not a Cup regular, but
he's preset regular this season.
Yeah, and he dominated the preset Xfinity series last year. Well, dominated everything.
Speaking of, actually, where is NOCO?
That's what I was going to ask, because this is a NOCO style track, dude. Just like Darlington, just like a road course, man.
I think I've ever really seen NOCO miss a custom race before.
I know he doesn't like this track, but I also heard that he is like a lot of people across the country. Under the weather, he's not feeling good.
Celtics coming to pit lane. Celtics coming to pit lane in the 11 cars.
Hope you get better out there, NOCO.
Yeah, we hope you feel better. Great to have you out there, Gabe. We all know him as E-Boss. Paying attention, he doesn't participate in Giggity. He likes watching some of these races. Great to have Mr. E-Boss out there in Tennessee joining in.
El Blanco.
El Blanco.
That's what his name is in the team chat. So no offense, I've never actually talked to him, but when I get the chance to, I'm gonna give him hell.
El Blanco's a great guy. We talked to him quite a bit while we tried to dash in at Daytona. I made a little bit of a mistake hitting the apron. Still apologize to everybody for that. Trying to work with him over there at Shin Motorsports. But great to see El Blanco try to dash his way in tonight. He was definitely on his way to try to. He needed probably about another 15 or 20 laps to hunt Mr. Woodruff down. But yes, Mr. Jake.
We got another
Woodruff.
car around off of turn 3 or 4. Ate the inside wall. Who was that?
I don't.
It was a.
That wasn't from the back, was it?
It might have been Golf Nut. I'm not sure. It was somebody that. Oh, it might have been from the back. He is down pit road now. I know he was struggling with his car. Like I said, a lot of people have conspiracies of how your cars feel offline to how they do online, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, That's not how it works. But I tell you what, when you do custom races, it does feel different to an extent, especially when you go from the day to night transition.
Yeah.
It does. It is different.
I've noticed on like offline you can see the transition of the day and night, and online like it just starts you at that time, but
Yep.
it does transition over. You just can't see it in the daylight. Taddy got into the wall in the corner there. He spun around. That might have been a little bit of lag. You got a lot of dads out there, bud. It's hard to keep up.
Let's not keep count.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you are a Jerry
Keep adding
Springer,
up, brother.
you are a
I
2
try
or 3
not to keep
episode of
count.
Jerry Springer show in your own self there, Nanner. We appreciate you having up there, one of my Ohio buddies. Sorry that you had a little misfortune
Oh, Fluffy
tonight,
hit
but,
the wall.
great to have you
He
up here. Yeah, we're
nailed
working
the
through it.
wall coming off 4.
Yeah, Fluffy. He can hit the wall as many times as he wants at this point.
Yeah, pretty
he
much.
could go down pit road 2 times and still come out with the lead at this point. I tell you what, that guy, I can't say enough about him. He's just unbelievably good at this game on these custom setups. If this was a default race, yeah, he'd probably still whoop us, but there would be a little bit of competition. He did switch from I will tell you now, he did switch from from wheel to controller for tonight's race, which a lot of wheel guys do. They go to controller on these races that are finicky. So
I found a stream.
huh?
I'm Goofy coming to pit road.
Jay Wood's streaming, guys, so I got his onboard, actually. I was sitting there searching for drivers.
Ooh, we'll just
I was sitting there trying to find
Hit
somebody
code.
that was streaming.
Jay Wood, if
We
you
were
put
just
in
riding on board with
Jay
Jay Wood right there.
2448,
His
it'll
team
bring you
owner,
up.
Mr. Littleman, said, how are my boys doing 4 and 14? We clicked over, gave
Jay Wood's riding in third, guys.
Yep, Jay Wood's sitting right there in third, giving him an
Jake
opportunity
is
to see him
fourth,
Jake
and
is
Woodruff is fifth. There's only 4 cars on the lead lap right now.
I can only imagine what's going on in the chat right now. From the back is on fresh tires, and Coke is on old tires, and he's just kind of holding up from the back. So he makes the pass there. It's
Coke's
clean.
on
He
the
should
second,
get the run
so
off
he
of
has-
off of 4 here.
right.
Sorry.
Did you say Jay Wood 2448?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he
And
dashed in.
You put in live stream after it, and it won't bring up the
Woodruff
live
and
video,
Jake dashed in.
but it'll give you one of his races
Didn't we
on
have-
the list, and then just go through his subscription.
Alright.
We are still
Now we're
on
probably
board
about
with-
halfway through, roughly.
We got
There's
130
130
laps to go. Yep.
You found it?
Yeah.
I was giving them guys hell in the chat. I said, "Wow, only 233 laps to go." And I'm like, I was trying to convince Mr. Taddy we should do 25% tonight. We seen how low a number we had to sign up. Nobody really wanted to do it, but it is a driver's track, and we're seeing it here. The guys that are proficient at these short tracks, the finicky tracks, they are the ones running up front right now.
Now, you
And
guys
looking
surprised
at our
we
top
went-
5 right now, we got both of our dash drivers sitting in 4th and 5th right now, with
I was
Fluffy in
just gonna
1st,
ask
Coke
that.
Fan 2nd, and Jay Wood in 3rd.
Are you guys surprised to see them guys up there? I mean, we know how good they both are. Honestly, we've seen Jay Wood have great battles with Noco and guys like that in the Cup Series, and we all know how good Jake is.
I don't know a whole lot about Jay Wood, but I will say I have being a teammate of Jake last season and this season. I know that guy he's Canadian fast as hell. He has places to go.
Yeah, the Norman
And
Championship.
I will say, actually, you guys can go ahead after this, but I will say, Jake's first race at midnight, he raced at Martinsville in the Cup and won. So if anybody has something for Fluffy tonight, it's Jake. We'll see he has some sort of strategy. He was very quiet in the chat, but if anybody has something for Fluffy, it's Jake.
Well, if Jake's quiet, you know there's something up, man. Like he knows that he's got to put in his best effort because Jake is a guy that, man, he loves to talk, he loves to have fun, but when it comes down to race time,
Oh,
we got a
14
big
hole.
cut.
That's, oh, yeah. Woodruff.
That's fifth place right there.
Somebody's dying on the front stretch.
Oh man, that
That's
is
Woodruff.
not
in the
going to
14.
be a caution.
Wow. Oh, I think it might have just activated. Did it?
No.
Wow.
And that's another thing. It's like a lot of these guys want a caution just to, like, you know, regroup, get their head right, because this is a long race with no stages, man.
Looking at this right now, fifth place back is at least 2 laps down. There's 4 cars on the lead lap right now, with Jake, Jay Wood, Coke Fan, and Fluffy.
Would you guys agree that this is an endurance race?
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I'm really surprised how close Coke and Jaywood both actually are to Fluffy. They're both actually within 3 seconds. Or Coke's within 3 seconds of Jaywood. My bad, I misheard that. Fluffy's way out there.
Oh, MJ's in the wall.
Oh, no,
big
more.
right going into turn 3. Does this trigger a caution?
Oh, we got a caution. Holy cow, Rackman, stack them, boys.
I tell you what, these boys wanted that.
Jake wanted it. He just went a lap down.
Well, I tell you what, everyone's going to pit here. They're going to make adjustments.
Oh, yeah.
And,
well, you got so many guys 2 or 3 laps down. Who's going to try to be sneaky?
You know that within 45 laps, you're about to get lapped by Fluffy again, so you might as well just try to race for second or third, fourth. Race for a top 5 at this point.
Pretty much 6th on back with 3 laps down all, so I mean they can all race with each other yet and still get a top 5.
Yeah,
and that's going to improve some of these guys that had a bad finish at Daytona. That's going to move them up in points. Sorry, Cloud.
Oh, no, you're good, guys. I was just letting you know that there's actually only 1 car 2 laps down, but K-Taddy actually takes the wave around to get back to 2 laps down, so we're going to have 2 cars battling for 5th.
Now, do cautions breed cautions?
See, that's what I was wondering, you know, who's going to try to be sneaky, and because usually that's what happens, and then guys, we got 3 wide coming out of 4 right now.
That's not going to work there.
31 into the
I
wall.
didn't catch into the beginning of the stream. Puddin', who was your pick for tonight?
We actually didn't have any.
No, you didn't.
I picked your dad.
Tad, you picked Taddy?
I mean,
No, the
pretty
other
much
dad.
picked Fluffy.
Oh, Fluffy's my dad too, but yeah, good pick.
Yeah, that dad.
I was able to see the cup chat and everything, so I kind of knew who to watch. After everybody kind of wanted to put Fluffy in his own party.
Yeah, well, we were all in the same party chat because we didn't have enough people tonight, so the entire field is in the same party chat right now. It'll be interesting to see how things. It looks like everyone's going to get spread out again here, and it's weird when it comes to league racing. It's like the mile and a half they breed the most caution, but you go to New Hampshire, Bristol, Iowa, tracks like that, you don't see a lot of cautions in league racing. It is kind of weird how that works. You think that in real life the short tracks have the most cautions, but in league racing on NASCAR Heat, you don't have that many cautions a lot of times.
Well, is that because of league ownership and the fact that, I mean, we sit here and we stress patience and taking your time. I mean, so until the end of the race, we really don't have guys driving like idiots, you know, on a restarter or even throughout the race like that. I mean, if there's a caution in our league, normally it's because guys get towards the end of a run, car gets loose, or, you know, just something happens. A lot of times it's not boneheadedness coming from the drivers, especially these drivers.
That's accurate as well.
I don't know, watching this, if it comes down to a green-white checker, there's going to be darn interesting because they're able to just hang right there with Fluffy on the short
Hey,
run.
I was gonna
Puddin',
say, yeah,
can
the
you turn
short
up your
run,
mic
yeah.
just a little bit? Like, you're getting
Is that
talked
better?
over a little bit. Yeah, that's better. That's better. You
Sorry,
were
I
getting
just don't like
talked
chewing
over
on it.
quite a bit. I know, and we give you hell about being too loud sometimes, but you were a little too quiet that time, and
I appreciate it.
you keep getting talked over, and I want you to be able to say what you need to say.
I thought he was actually like in the bathroom or something. I thought he had put his mic down and Puddin was quiet.
I'm just watching great short track racing that we got going on, trying to watch Coke chase down this number 6 car of Fluffy. Again, that is a car everybody tonight in Underdog running the 6 car here at the Rocket Man Ryan Newman 250 Custom Cup style in Martinsville. A lot of respect, everybody out there. Great to see him walking out with his family day. Here comes Coke coming up on the back of that number 6 of Fluffy. That 00 is trying to chase him down. Can he get to him? If I was
tell you what.
Fluffy, that's one person I wouldn't want to see in my rear view.
Yeah, he's one of the few. We mentioned Jake, but that 00 coat, he has been there on his tail since this restart. He's going in wide, he's diving in low, middle to center to exit, and he's all over him. But that was a good point. You know, we talked about all these guys on the 6 car tonight. We know that Ryan did get released from the hospital today. And that was awesome.
Amazing, yes.
Me and Alex Ned over on Midnight Broadcast Network last night, we had a little bit about that before the race started, and that was before obviously he got released, and before we got the news today that he was, you know, he was okay. He was up, standing, walking around, hungry as hell, stuff like that. So I mean. It is awesome. Fluffy, obviously, being a pro league
Coke, get
driver
into his
that
rear
races
bumper real
for
quick. Sorry,
Ralph
Nanner, but Coke is
found
getting
way.
to the back of Fluffy. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he's there.
Oh yeah, you know that 6 car last night when we interviewed him.
he
Oh,
gave
he's
the
Makes a
bumper.
move. Makes a
I
move.
was
Gives him a
just
little
gonna
bumper.
say,
Coke to
you
the
know,
inside.
I wonder if Coke was just watching his line, learning his braking points, and now he made the move. This is gonna be crazy.
That was
I don't
impressive.
know how Coke. I was gonna say I don't know how he does that, dude. I have butterflies in my guts anytime I race around Fluffy and stay on the lead lap with him.
Here comes Fluffy back to the
Let alone
inside
pass
of him
him
as
to the
I
lead.
hit the wrong
It
button on
don't happen
accidentally. God, I didn't mean to do
Bless
that.
Oh, it's all right. As Fluffy gets
We got
back
lap
around him, and they're going
traffic.
past
Lap traffic is
car,
now
yeah.
a factor. Yeah, we're going to jump on board with him. Sorry about that, guys. I was going to do an overhead. I accidentally clicked the run button as I went to put the controller on the couch. I apologize. Coke right there on the back of that 6 Fluffy Mobile, going into turns 1 and 2 right here. Can he make it stick? We've seen Fluffy run that higher line, but not super high line, just above those what I call candy canes on the rumble strips. You don't want to hit those, both of them. Now you see him starting to come down a little bit, trying to take this Coke FN's line away from him. So Fluffy obviously knows the super experience, but he has now had some competition these last couple laps.
I believe AJ Storm either backed out or lagged out of the race. He's been on pit road for about 2 hours now. That was a little exaggerated, but don't worry about that. But no, I tell you what, that 6 car is in real life noted to be hard to pass. The hardest person ever to pass.
Touch the wall just a little bit. Coming up on lap traffic. Will he give the room? He does. Go ahead. Sorry, Nana. That is K-Taddy up there trying to get him go. Can't.
Well, K-Taddy's eating the inside wall.
He does not touch the wall down this time. Here they go. We have one heck of a battle. I think that's a little Mustang on Chevy Crown.
And they're coming to 95 laps to go here.
As we got a battle for third, guys. These guys are nose to tail too. As we got 2 great battles going on. We got this battle for the lead that is really hard to take your eyes off of. But I want to point out to you guys that we do have a solid battle back there for third. As Jake is all over Jay with bumper.
And I tell you, Celtics is behind him. I don't want to take away. Yeah, you're right.
Celtics is a lap down, but he's definitely trying to fight to get one of them back.
Yeah, Celtics. He is a hard racer. He is. He's really good, and he was comfortable with his car for tonight. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't look like it right now. They are in the middle of a run. So the car is starting to fall off a little bit. You're gonna have to do a lot of throttle control off of 2 and 4.
Well,
About messed
I
up.
think Celtics fan actually got what we talked about earlier, guys. I think he was one of the guys that was just unlucky enough to pit right before that caution came out, and it actually trapped him that 3 laps down where the leaders has been around him. So I think we saw him running top 5 mostly the whole race. I mean, he was up there leading the race for the first 25, 30 laps. So we know he's got a quick car. We know
Yeah.
he's capable of being with these guys. I think he was just a product of getting caught down by that caution.
Great to have
Edo
Edo out there too. We saw him a little bit earlier watching the dash. We have got A-Trad out watching. We've got Edo. We are praying for both of you.
That's my
Hey,
dad.
that's awesome.
Yep. Edo will know tomorrow on more information. He will let
Oh, it's okay.
everybody know, it looks like. But great to see you out there, Ed. Thanks for the opportunity and everything you did for me here at Giggity Racing. And we are still thinking about both of you guys.
And
Chuck,
we're
man, I'm
watching
still
kind of
waiting to-
Fluffy's starting to pull Coke fan on the exits right now. Coke gains a little bit on entry, but Fluffy just pulls right away on the straights.
Well, that tells me one thing. If we do, for some reason, have a late race restart, Coke obviously has a car that is good on the short run, but Fluffy obviously has a great long run car. He can hang at any time, and if he has to make a move, he can. Not that you want to at this track because you can really booger up somebody's race, but
Well, could Coke be laying back right now, guys, trying to save his equipment and just mirror Fluffy? Because I mean, we see that Coke has the knowledge and the smarts to sit back and lay back. So I mean, it's not too much to imagine that.
I'm not saying that he doesn't, but I will say that it looked like he was running the hell out of that car, trying to battle with Fluff at the beginning of the restart of that last caution, and
Because he's not falling back. He's
Might
right
have
there.
been
Oh,
might have
so he
been
touched the wall.
testing it out earlier to see if he could get past him, and now he's just riding around. But definitely in the first run, they all kind of hung with Fluffy like they did in this run, and he just ended up getting to that certain point of the run, and he just pulled away.
yeah,
They're
and
coming up
RJ,
on
you
lap
know-
traffic. They're coming up on K-Taddy.
Wow.
He gets underneath him just a little bit. K-Taddy gives
If
him that
number
room. A lot
that
of
I just
respect
saw
right
was
there.
right,
Coke trying to
guys,
get underneath him
this is
too.
crazy.
There they do. They
Taddy
clear
boy.
K-Taddy.
and RJ, like running the last season the custom, which I wanted to ask you why the hell you went to presets, but we'll get to that here in a few. But
He wants to go get more wins.
you know how it goes here in these custom races. Typically, we're in a team chat. We're not all in the same chat. These guys are all in the same chat tonight, and literally, this is more of a. I don't want to say that it's not serious because it is. Because points mean everything this season. Knowing that there's no stages, it's straightforward, old school points format. But you still have to take strategy into play, and when you get these long runs like we've seen, we've only had one caution tonight, which is the first caution all season. We didn't have any cautions last week.
One tonight.
We had one tonight.
Plus the fake
And-
one.
And I tell you what, Coke, he is hanging in there. I'd like to see how this run goes. If we go green to the end, it'll be interesting to see strategy between these two because I don't think anybody else has anything for these guys.
Y'all,
No.
I was looking at Jay Wood's cam, and from where everybody pitted, Jay Wood was at 44 laps of fuel with
Oh,
45
contact with the
laps
95
to
of
go.
Coke.
That's from the back, and he just ate the inside wall. We'll see if we get a caution out of this.
I appreciate all your kind words out there, Edo. Thank you very much. I would have been more than honored and happy to drive for you, like I said. Whatever you guys worked out with you and Robbie, my loyalty was with you since you guys gave me my opportunity. But thank you, Edo, and thank you, MP Rupert. Thank you for everybody else out at DSR. We hope you have a great year this year. And like I said, I leave for Texas in 3 weeks, and don't think I'm leaving South Carolina without shaking your hand.
Where you gonna take the PlayStation with you though, right?
He got
Oh,
put
of
his purse
course.
down to do that.
The only downfall is that our situation is I might be off for an entire week because of the way we are setting everything up. She extended for an extra week out here for an extra nursing job, and we had to stay in a hotel. The Airbnb where we're at was already booked, so I'm just hoping that that hotel does have good enough internet for me to still come back because this is what I look forward to every week and every night is being able to talk with you and watch this type of driving. So if I'm out for a week due to not being able to get on any night, I do apologize. I do not
You're
look
gonna
forward to
leave
missing
me
any
to
racing.
represent Ohio. Come on, bro.
I know, that's right. OH, we always talk about that, but unfortunately, our
Oh
circumstances,
no.
our hands are tied right now. That's all we can do. But so, I do appreciate it, and that's true. Ed, though, I really do hope you're out in time, and we we're praying
Yeah, we're
for you.
thinking
And
about you,
let us,
brother.
yeah, keep us updated tomorrow. And again, A Trout out there, awesome to have him about on board. He says, I want to get back in here. I want to go fast. He wants to say, I'm Ricky Bobby. I want to go fast. I want to go fast. We can't wait to have both of those guys back up here. Here we are, still on board with Coke FM, trying to track down that 6 Mustang of Fluffy. He is the only one that seems to be able to hold up with him right now. No harm, no foul, no pressure from anybody right now. Coke, I think, might be saving just a little bit. Like you said, taking in information. That's what great drivers do. See everybody else's weak points if they have one. Fluffy has not shown one. He's topped the wall a couple times. That was not on purpose. So I think Coke's got something up his sleeve here, guys.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like I don't know if you guys heard me on that, dude. But when I was checking out Jay Wood's cam, they had 44 laps left and there was 45, or he had 44 laps in fuel and 45 laps in the race. So
31.
this is really close on fuel mileage.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
not.
golf
When
not
you're
on
this
pit
far out, I'll tell you right now. If
You
they're,
see,
if they're
I'm
within
sorry.
a lap at this point, literally you're gonna save that lap within 5 laps. You're not wasting a lap of fuel going around this track on your what they give you on the game, what it tells you you have. You will save a lap about every 5 laps around here. You're so off the gas, so on the brake, and I mean you're saving all the gas. But the real question is tires. You are hard on the brakes, so the right front is definitely getting ate up. The right rear, if when you start getting loose late in the run, you are the 31. He just came off pit road. But he
Let's go.
let the leader, he let him go by. But yeah, man, tires are probably gonna be. Ooh, Goofy is in the wall. He planted it in there, trying to stay out of the way. He's just looking for a good points night. That's what I probably should have done, is ride the wall all night. But that's okay.
No.
We'll get at it next week. We're going to a road course, but we don't even know which one yet because apparently we're changing it. So.
Really?
If you guys are in watching right now, place your vote. Other than Sonoma or Watkins Glen, what track you want to see the
Canadian
Custom
Tire.
Series
Canadian Tire.
race?
Road America,
next
Canadian
week?
Tire. There you go. My vote's already
Place, put it in the chat. Taddy will take it, and that's a great way to start. And I wouldn't be mad if you guys vote for like Canadian Tire, Mid Ohio, something like that.
You don't
I
want
was
to go
just gonna
Mid-Ohio
say
with Cup
Mid
cars.
Ohio.
I was gonna say, the Cup cars, that's the only series that I don't like running Mid Ohio because it seems like they have too much horsepower, and it feels
They
like
do.
the cars take up too much room on that track.
But you do realize that when it comes to road courses, you will see some racing there. You will see a lot of strategy there because road courses, for some reason, are weird on this game.
in. You can't change left side tires. That's the thing that upsets me
I
the
hate
most.
it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I didn't mean to
Makes
cut
no
you off,
damn
Nanner,
sense.
but son of a gun. And
take
everything,
two
too,
rights, I
I'm
can't take
agreeing
two
with
lefts.
Arch. You know I'm an Ohio boy, and this goes out to my buddy, Money Mike. I raced my motorcycle at Mid-Ohio once. Cup
Yeah, I
Cars
love this
here
track.
is...
Money Mike's my
Mid-Ohio's... Money Mike is a great guy, but Mid-Ohio
Didn't he
is
just hit
on this
puberty? How's
track...
your dad?
Money Mike,
What?
he's in too, but the Mid-Ohio on this with Cup Cars is, I agree with Arch, is a little over horsepowered, but yeah,
They're fun. They are fun.
It just
I
makes it more
wouldn't even.
technical. So you know what? Maybe for some of these custom cup guys, we have the best out there. Maybe a technical track with throttle control. Maybe that could play into something for them.
You know what else would be cool? And I wouldn't be. I mean, I doubt it happens, obviously, at this point. But it would be really cool if we could just take the Xfinity cars, the custom guys, go to Xfinity Customs for a road
Lap
course.
traffic in effect for Fluffy. Go ahead.
I'll throw you guys in the trucks. Go have fun.
The trucks are fun. I mean, I like racing trucks in Xfinity cars way more than I
NASCAR
like
Extremes
racing
is
these
Road
truck
America
cars.
also.
They do.
Justin
and,
Flo,
I like
Road
that
America.
I was gonna say, yeah, when you got fast guys, man, and you're doing custom setups, man, them trucks are a blast. I mean, they're even a blast on sliders with good drivers.
Yep,
I would offer my help out to some of these guys, but they are the best of the best for the reasons. I have a couple of setups. I enjoy road courses. We all know I am not a road course specialist. I'm not an expert. I just really like driving, and I'm proficient at that. People keep telling me this, and I don't like being called that. But I'd be more than
He's
happy to help
proficient at everything
anybody.
but fuel mileage.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd be more than happy to help help a lot of people out. Look, another one from another vote for Road America from Eto out there. But these
There
guys,
we go.
but these guys here in Custom Cup are definitely well versed in this game. They know what they're doing, but I just can't wait to see some right turns next week, no matter where we go.
I'm ready to do some left
Fluffy's
turns.
built up about a 3-second lead over Coke fan here.
Yeah, he's going. I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think Coke he used up what he had trying to stay with him. So, like I mentioned earlier, again, if we do have a late race caution, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But I will say Coke does have a strong car on the short run, and it's hard to say that this is even a long run because they're probably only halfway through their fuel. But at the
Coke's
same
my dad.
time, huh?
I claim him. I claim Coke as my dad.
You watch your mouth. But just kidding. That's my teammate.
Here we go. Go Coke coming up on the back of that 42. We could gatekeeper of some of that
Hey,
traffic,
Chase
slowed
man
him down
over
just a
here,
little
you
bit,
know,
but we could
we
give
gotta
him that
vote
respect.
for
But can he
We already
chase
got
the
the
leader
Glenn
down?
going, Chase.
And we do have about 55 laps remaining, so we are going to see one more stop.
Damn, we're gonna be here for a few hours.
You got this about 25 minutes, guys.
What else would you rather do on a night like tonight besides
Drink
see
beer.
Well, you know I'm definitely
Hell yeah.
doing that. I've got my adult beverage of choice in my hand. We are Custom Cup style, week 2, season 4, Martinsville, short track style here. I'm excited. I'm pumped up about this. RJ and I were talking about this. Strategies are still going to be played. We have seen our dominant drivers out there tonight. We are right on board with Coke. I don't know if he's trying to hold back or if Fluffy's trying to pull away, but he has lost a little bit more distance to him. There could be strategy being played for the normal pink and white car, but he is driving that 00 black and yellow car tonight on Coke FN.
Well, Coke can't take it too easy because right now he's got J Wood within about 2 seconds of his rear bumper. So I think at this point in the stage, it's just Fluffy's just this much more dominant. Like Coke may have been lagging back, holding off for a little bit, but Fluffy hasn't fallen off at all. He's probably still busting out killer lap
I'm
times.
telling you, he might not have to pit, and if he does, he's gonna take a splash, maybe right sides, and be tighten the car up and be done with it. It's over with if we don't get a caution. I mean, Coke is literally a straightaway.
We got pit stop starting right now. 42's on pit road.
Celtics fan is too.
So the big question is, who's gonna mess up pit stop?
This is a hard pit stop to get on. It's not as hard as like Dover or Darlington, but it's still, you are gaining a lot of speed on that back stretch, depending on your gears, and it is hard to get down to 35
So
when you
is
get
Fluffy
down there.
or Coke and these
Coke
guys are
fans
still
on pit
battling?
road right now,
Yes, he
I was
is.
gonna
He's
say
heading down pit.
how easy do they take it getting on pit lane?
along with Jay Wood. He followed him right in.
Right in, yeah.
This
You're
might
losing
be a
2
huge.
laps on pit road.
This
There's
might be
50
huge
laps to
though,
go.
because Fluffy
Right
doesn't
now.
come in within the next couple laps. That's going to put him right about with Fluffy again. But then again, fresh tires are everything.
We got a
We
lot of
will
people out
see.
there saying they would love to see a 6 car in victory lane, seeing how this is the Rocket Man,
Fluffy's
Ryan
coming in right
Newman.
now.
Yep, he's coming in, and he is driving Ryan Newman's car. How cool would that be? What is his
And
strategy going
that
to
was a
be?
perfect on pit road right
That was,
there.
yeah,
He nailed it. He had
he
no one
nailed that
behind him, no
perfect.
one in front of him. He finished third last night or second last night in the midnight
Jay Wood's
broadcast.
coming out right now. Coke
That was
fans
great.
out.
Comes out
There.
right on his
Bumper to
nose.
bumper. See where they come out.
All right, on
Jumping
board
on board
Fluffy.
real,
So I can
jumping
tell
on
you when
board
he's
real
coming
quick
out.
with one of our dash
Come on,
drivers,
Colt.
Mr. Jake. He's still out
Hot
there on the track.
nurses. Hell yeah, it though.
All right, Fluffy's in the
Coco
pit
is
stall.
definitely my dad.
Coming around the start finish line right now.
They'll get 1 lap back, so go back on lead lap, I believe.
Yeah.
Now,
They
what
go
do you
past
think, Jake? Do you think Jake was saving the whole time and he has a plan? Because
Well, he could be because we know how Noco is and his strategies and how methodical he is. Maybe he's learned a lot
He's
from
out.
Mr. Noco
He's out of
himself.
pit lane.
he might
Coke's
have.
coming out. Oh, he didn't really.
It just came out of 2. So he's still got a whole straightaway on him.
Still, yeah. Jake can be very, very sneaky. There's tracks out there that I've ran with him, and I don't know how he found the extra gallon of gas or whatever, but he might have been trying to save, but like NRG said, you know, tires are more than gas.
That is
especially
true,
at this
but what
point
if
in
you
the
don't
run.
burn off your tires? What if he's been running the same lap times for 60 laps now? I mean, Jake's capable of doing that. We've seen this guy pull out some shockers.
And like I had mentioned earlier in the night,
He
his
is in
first
the lead right
race
now.
with a lot of pro league drivers, he beat them at Martinsville here. He beat Fluffy that night. I believe that night Fluffy he messed up on pit strategy. I think he ended up being a couple laps short on fuel, but either way he did win, and I know Fluffy had took him under his wing and kind of showed him the custom life because Jake isn't a custom guy.
No, he's not.
He's showing that
Well,
he can be by dashing his way
He
in
is
tonight
now.
also. Yeah. Obviously, he's got a lot of good team support over there, working really hard, dashed his way in with dominance, also with the 14 of Woodruff. Great to see both those guys up in here. See how everything pans out. It looks like Fluffy's coming up on the back of Jake right now as we see that. Going to jump on board with Coke, see where he's at. He's all by his
That'll
lonesome. There's
probably
Nader
be
still on
one
pit road,
lap
trying to get
back
that
out of
motor
2.
replaced. There's our other dash driver of the 14 of Woodruff. Great to see him in here. He said he would have come to the booth if he didn't get in. He would rather be driving. These guys had to do an extra 65 laps on top of that. They're doing over 300 laps tonight here at Martinsville, the two
We're
dash drivers.
I
down
tell you what.
40 to go.
That 37 car, that Bush Beans car looks beautiful there on pit road. Do you guys agree?
Oh,
I
I kind of like that 9 car there.
I like that 9 flipped upside down car that's running on track.
Hell, I might be like 200 some laps down right now, but hey, I'm out here. We're doing
Hey, you
this.
got a
Oh,
point.
Jake's getting lapped.
No, Jake.
No,
Jake's
that-
coming to
Fluffy's
pit lane.
He's
lapping
coming to pit
himself.
road. That would have been a lap back for Fluffy.
Yep.
It's so easy to go a lap down here. We know how difficult it is to pit when you have long green flag runs. We've been clean and green except for one yellow flag
And
in the air.
Cope?
Great.
Cope did close the gap on Fluffy there a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely closed it by about a second.
Yeah. See if I don't know if that had to do with his getting around Jake or if he's just taking it easy.
Yeah, it might be lap traffic too. I mean, these guys are taking some time as Jake's back to third now, so Fluffy retains the lead.
I tell you what, Fluffy has literally he's gone. He is absolutely gone. Probably nothing that any of these guys can do at this point, as we see, you know, that beautiful 37 car that backed out of the race sitting on pit road. Probably should have won this race, but didn't. But no, don't take
I
anything
should
away
wear
from
my
him, man.
excuse.
I tell you what.
Riding on board with Coke right now, trying to chase down that six
Oh, he
You
is.
know
Fluffy.
he had a short run car. He is on his way.
He's about 2.8 seconds behind him.
I think he'll burn it off too much before he gets in there.
Yeah.
Celtics fan is no longer in the race, guys.
Yeah, I just saw that right there. Woodruff going a little bit high, letting the leader go underneath him. A lot of respect right there. One of our dash guys in. He's happy to be here. He is one of our great helps out in the commentary booth, setting everything up. Great driver in himself. Great respect to Mr. Woodruff. Sorry to see him go a lap down, but he did dash his way in. So that's he's just going to be out here riding around right now, jumping on board with Golf Nut. Everywhere we go, every car seems to be pretty singled out right now. I don't see a real good battle coming up as we see K-Taddy going down another lap by our leader. And that's his teammate.
That's one thing
Taddy's
that's
my
going to be
dad.
hard for Coke Fan is Taddy going to just pull over when Coke Fan gets there? Or?
Yeah, I think with Taddy being as far down as he is, maybe if he was one lap down or something, you know, he might give him a little bit of competition or something like that. Like last week, Taddy staying in the draft to help out his teammates, that's completely different because we know you got to have draft partners at super speedways. But
Yeah, absolutely,
here,
and that's
we
what
know
got me in
Taddy will
third place finish.
pull out the way.
Well, we
He doesn't
talked
wanna
about that
hinder the
earlier,
crowd.
RJ. If you're leading a race and you're lapping your teammate, will your teammate, make it more difficult to pass? And it looks like he's going up to the high side, and that answers
he
that
just
question.
pulled right over for him.
Yep, that answers that question. We talked about that earlier. So a lot of respect from K-Taddy out there.
Coke Fan is almost exactly 2 seconds back now.
He's falling back, and I tell you what.
Oh, he's gained. He gained
closing.
about 2.5, almost 3 seconds.
I don't know. He seems to be falling back to me, but I will say Fluffy is Ryan Newman, and K-Taddy is like Ryan Newman the third or fourth. He's still my dad. Don't get me wrong, but he'll
I can't wait
rewatch
for
this
Maury
and
to come
probably
out
give me
with
hell.
his
But
DNA results.
Going underneath 31, I do believe that's the Golf Nut car. Like I said, trying to write these numbers down, starting to learn everybody a little bit better. Please bear with us for the next couple of weeks here as we are up in near the booth. But we're going to jump back up to our leader, see what he's looking at right now.
We do have 28 to go.
28 to go. You're doing 3 laps a minute. That won't take a lot of time to click that off for these guys. Can Fluffy hold on? He's been dominant all night, and he has shown it.
And Puddin' Kitty, well, you are not the father.
That's a good thing to hear. I appreciate that. Those are some of the greatest words in here, and the words to hear.
Yeah, the gap's staying right at 2 seconds now.
We're on board with
This
Fluffy.
is
showing
about
us
the time that Fluffy kind of starts pulling, though.
Tire conservation, cars conservation, they should be good. I don't think we will see any more green flag pit stops. We've only been under yellow flag one time, minus the early after the respect lap for Ryan out there. So these guys only had we've been clean and green almost all night. That's what we get. Jumping back here
we've
with
had
Jake,
one
they got
caution.
Yep, we've had one caution. That's correct. And here they got Jake back here's got a little bit of a battle going on. It looks like it's Jay Wood in that 4 car and K-Taddy. He's got a little bit of work on his hand.
How would you guys prep yourself for a race like this? I mean, or how would you stay involved in a race like this? I mean, this is stressful. This is for a controller driver. Your hands are dead. For a wheel driver, your arms are dead.
Put your wheels up, put your feet up, and make sure you got plenty of keystone sitting next to you.
For races like this, for road courses and short tracks, a lot of guys go to controllers for these races because, like you said, with the force feedback and the wheel, it is 250 laps. This doesn't feel like a short race. It literally feels like a
marathon.
Darlington or Charlotte, a 600 lap, or a 600 miler, or the longest 500 miler. It feels like forever.
We've got a lot of people out there, a lot of comments tonight, guys. We do appreciate it. Like I said, from the first time I started commentating.
How many of my dads are in there?
All of them. All of them.
Hell yeah.
No,
but we got
there.
we got Interbred, RJ Smitty, Mr. Archangel, Puddin. We're up here in the booth. We're coming down to pretty close to under 20 to go, I'm assuming. to wrap up our short track. These guys had to go from a super speedway to short track racing. They did do a custom Martinsville last year. Everybody's trying to change anything up a little bit. RJ and I were talking about that off air. So these guys have been working really hard. I'm curious to see at the end of the day too, seeing a lot of respect by these leaders right now. And it does appear that, or the lap cars, it does appear that Coke is trying to sniff him out just a little bit, but I'm curious to look at the leaderboards. But I think Coke might have something for him here.
How many laps
Leaderboard
you got
pretty
left,
much
RJ?
stalled out. It lasted 19.
19.
Leaderboard pretty much stalled out. He's stuck at 2 seconds back. He hasn't really been able to gain much more on him.
That 20 car gives respect, pulls out of the way. These two going to try to battle it out. Fluffy been dominant all night. And don't forget about everybody else on a mission tonight. Thanks for being here on Custom Cup Wednesdays. We do appreciate you guys joining in, but this right now is coming down to Coke FN and Fluffy. Can he track him down?
How many people are on the lead lap?
3. Fluffy first, Coke fan second, Jay with third. Those are the lead lappers. And then we got Jake in fourth and Wicked Gatekeeper in fifth.
How's
Good
your
job for Wicked.
Yeah, great to have Wicked up there in fifth. I talked to him. I know how much effort and time he puts into stuff late at night too, just like our other MP Rupert, our DSR driver. He does a lot late night work, and he puts in over, I don't know how many. He's willing to help other people too. At one time, he put over 2,000 laps, but he is willing to help anybody and everybody else out there. So again, Wicked, one of the same people. Great to see him in the top 5.
Coke is still gaining. He's got it down to 1.6 seconds back now.
Yep, I'm on board. We're following him right now, and here comes lap traffic. Are
and
they going to
he
get
has lap traffic in front of him.
That slowed him up a little bit.
This could get exciting, guys.
It's gonna be fun.
About 15 laps left.
The 14, that's who we just passed. That's one of the dash drivers, Mr. Woodruff, coming back to the inside of that yellow car up there. We'll see who it is in just a split second. But it is K-Taddy again. Here comes Coke, though. He has to navigate his way through 2 cars. That is definitely what Floppy wants to see, is a 2-car spread between them. But Coke has knocked out 4 tenths. Woodruff going to the high side, and I can only expect the same respect out of K-Taddy. We saw it from him earlier. Can he track him down? Martinsville, we got to be coming up on at least 15, 16 laps now. And again, I'm trying to keep track in my head while watching this. K-Taddy stays high. No harm, no foul. Really appreciative. A lot of courtesy right there. Can Coke get to his rear bumper? Because I do believe that rear bumper will come into effect tonight here if Coke can get to Fluffy.
He might have to step it up a little bit because he's only got about 11 laps to go.
Okay, there we go. So 10 laps now. There we go. Like I said, you're doing 3 laps a minute here at 19 and a half seconds plus. Some of these guys on tire fallout probably pushing 20 seconds, so you're still at that time doing 3 laps a minute. Time is and not in Coke's favor right now.
Looks like he's coming up on that 5th place car right now, so... And that is Coke fan's teammate, so...
And he gives him the respect, too, just like K-Taddy did to Coke. Coke's teammate gave him the respect to get out of the way of Wicked Gatekeeper, who is in that 42 car in 5th place. Like I said, going down
fan is, he is digging. He is trying everything he's got.
He drove that in so hard.
Don't lock your tires up. Throttle control, braking points. Stay smooth. Stay smooth and stay smooth. That is your main focus and goal right now.
Oh.
Here comes Wicked. He's going to go up underneath him. I think that might have just cost him a little bit. He's got to see his teammate coming up behind him. Will he get out of his way? Yes, he does. This is the opportunity for Coke to try to track him down. We're probably under 10 to go now.
And it's gone back to 2 seconds. We have... Gotta wait 1 second. We got 8 to go.
8 to go. Fluffy now right there as they cross the line. That would make it 7 if I'm not correct. But I don't think Coke can get to him in time. 2 seconds here at Martinsville. What he needs to see is Fluffy make a mistake, and we have yet to see one tonight. He bumped the cold wall a couple small times, so Fluffy has ran an extraordinary, flawless race here tonight in Custom Cup. Can he get to him? I don't know if he can.
How fun would it be to have a caution?
Oh, that is
Fluffy
something
don't
that
want
Fluffy,
to see a caution.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
No,
Fluffy, that is not what he wants to
but-
see right now.
You got Coke fan. Oh, that'd be crazy though. It'd be between those. Yeah, that would throw Jake right back in it too.
One's got his
They
fingers
would.
crossed. One's saying, "Let's keep this thing clean and green." We're coming down to 6 to go. 6 to go, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, I want to thank you guys, man, for inviting me up here to booth tonight, man. All the comments and everything that we had going on, you guys for viewing us. You guys put on another phenomenal show for you guys this week. I know that to a lot of guys, this isn't the type of racing they like to see. I mean, a lot of guys are, action packed, stack them, rack them, and just let them keep going at it. But man, for me, dude, this is a great race here. I love this tonight.
Great to
If
be able
you
to
get
talk to you again, Arch. I haven't been able to talk to you for a while. I know I got to text with you for a little bit last night, but it's great to have you back over here in the Giggity booth. You've done so much to help this commentating situation get to where we're going. Fluffy's still pulling away. But, so, great to talk to you, Arch, and we're glad to have you up here, buddy.
I appreciate it, brother, man.
We're at 3 to
love
go.
doing this. I missed being gone mostly for the last 3-4 weeks, man. Since the end of last season, I really haven't been around. So it's good to be back up here, man. I've made a couple guest appearances, but I'm ready to get back up here full time.
Got a guy out there too, FMF22 Wait. Appreciate you out there joining in. Not a participant at Giggity at the moment, but he said he loves watching this race and hearing the commentary. We do appreciate you out there watching through. Here comes Ed though.
Oh, he
Says,
gets you
"What's
there,
up?"
dude.
Patty messed up getting on pit road. He's stuck on the water barrels. Oh, Coke fan hit him. Could this be a caution?
I think you got a lag, brother.
Oh, that was lag. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, 'cause I was sitting there looking at the battle, man. I was like, wait, what? And that's the end of the race, guys.
That's the end of the
Fluffy won.
race.
That was a
Fluffy
heck of a
takes the
race.
black and white. Coke coming in. We
I gotta give my hats off to Coke, dude. That was
That
to
was
pass
awesome.
him one time is an achievement in itself, man. But to sit there and to gain back on him, gain 3.5 seconds after that last pit stop, dude. Hats off to these guys, man. This is awesome. Good job, Fluffy, man. Good job, Coke. Jay Wood, man. Awesome performance tonight. Jake, dude, you did your thing like always. And Wicked, man. Nice to see you get to that round out that top 5, buddy. Good performances, you guys.
I would say awesome job to everybody because, you had the guys that were out front the whole time, and then every time they came around the lap car, they were respectful and they tried to get out of the way the best they could.
Oh, amazing driving, amazing respect from these guys, and this is what we love about this league. So if y'all think you can drive like that, you guys can come out and have that type of respect and performance, dude, we'd love to have you guys out here.
We had
Thank you,
one heck of a
dog.
stacked field here at Martinsville. Congratulations to our top 5. Again, since I am doing the broadcast, if anybody else would be more than happy to do some inviting up here, congratulations, like we said, to our top 5. They battled it out. It was an attrition race. We talked about that. Hitting your braking points, your throttle points, and then you got lap traffic, and then you got fast guys coming up behind you. Do you give them respect? Do you help your teammate out? We saw so much of everything, and that's what we have here at Giggity. We love having it, and that's why I love being up here
I got
because
it, Mark.
it's so great.
Oh, okay.
Once again, Mr. Archangel, we got Nannerbrit up here. There's Fluffy, RJ Smitty, and myself putting in the booth. Congratulations, Fluffy. If you give us just one split second, get the other two guys up here. But in the split second, we got till we get them up there. One dominant show, man. Congratulations.
Team Underdogs. Woo-woo.
Thank you.
How does
Good
it feel
job,
to bring
brother.
home a win tonight? Not only just to get a win, but you were driving Ryan Newman's car in the Rocket Man Ryan Newman 250 after we saw him walk out of a hospital. Your team does drive Roush Fenway vehicles, and you guys gave him a lot of respect. How much does that mean for you tonight?
It means a lot, man. Last night we had a race at midnight at Talladega, and I'm gonna say the same thing that I said there in my post-race interview over there. I grew up watching Ryan Newman. I got drafted by that team, and I got to talk to him, and well-rounded guy, and just race this tribute car for him, and just kind of pay my respects to him. Well-rounded guy, and I'm glad I could get this win for not only Roush but for the underdogs. So it was a hard-fought battle, but we brought it home.
You guys were looking really super dominant tonight. And last year when I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach with my wife, I had a Ryan Newman shirt on. Some lady tapped me on the shoulder. It was his PR lady. I got to FaceTime with him for 2 minutes because she did that for me for wearing, and he is such a nice guy when you get to talk to him. You are correct. So everybody still keep your thoughts and prayers in there. Great tribute to him. Congratulations on your win. Always dominant, and we're glad to have you over here in Giggity Racing League, Fluffy.
Back to back, baby.
Thank
Did
you guys.
I got
Thank
a
you so
question
much.
for you, Fluffy?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Were you sweating at all when Coke Fan was closing on you?
Yeah, man. It was a lot of pressure. I was fighting really unbalanced race car. My car just was not like it was supposed to be. Kind of messed up on that last pit stop. I put a whole round of wedge in it, because I know we had like 45 to go after that last green flag pit stop, and it didn't work the way that I wanted to. But we got longevity out of it, and that's why I was losing so much time and not gaining, because I made that adjustment, and I don't think I should have, but I wheeled the hell out of that car and tried to get it home, but always it was fun racing against Coke, man. That battle between me and him, it was really awesome racing between me and him. He definitely had a really good car tonight as well, so it was a good race. It was a good race, and I'm glad we went back to back here tonight, and just looking forward to next week. And yeah,
Heck of a job, man.
You put on
Thank
two
you.
great shows for these fans, man. And we had one caution this week, no cautions last week. I mean, being team underdog, man, it's awesome to see you do that. But to do this for Ryan and the tragedy we had, man, just see so much pulled together, man. See you do this, man. That means a lot, man. So I appreciate you doing what you do, man, and putting on a great show, buddy.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Congratulations. We look forward to speaking with you more in the future, which I think we might be able to do if I got a hunch.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all guys so much.
Have a good night,
great
buddy.
run, buddy.
You too, guys.
Coke FN, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man.
It is so weird to see you not in a white and pink car.
I know.
We're not seeing number 3 on the door.
Congratulations on finishing second tonight. We saw you get right there with Fluffy. He looked pretty good. What was your strategy? Were you trying hard? Were you trying to save your tires early? But you still pulled out a second tonight. One of the few that weren't a lap down, so that's just something. But you were obviously super fast, dirt and pavement. But I just want to pick your brain a little bit on driving that 00 tonight.
I was just gonna try to give it my all the whole race, and then, I think it was like the third pit stop, or after that caution came out. I felt like I had a chance at winning the thing, and like he said, his last pit stop he tightened it up. That's probably what I should have done, but I didn't think about it because I knew he probably would have tightened it up, and I was looking for the short speed, get around him, get out in front just a little bit, but it just wasn't enough, and I was giving it my all tonight. I really was.
On a custom setup
did.
like that, you were just talking about, a lot of people, when they put a custom in, they go for a lap time. But when you're in an endurance race like this, especially here in Giggity Racing, you set your car up for a long run,
Oh yeah, for sure.
saving those
There-
tires, saving that fuel.
During the course of the race, I kept adding a click or two of wedge, lowering the tire pressures a little bit. I actually had to raise the right front to get that tire temp to warm up. That way the tires would wear kind of even. So,
Well, congratulations,
all in
man. I'm
all-
going to let these guys ask you a couple questions.
It was about 15 laps to go. You closed the gap to about, I think it was about 1.6 seconds. What was going through your mind?
I noticed that. I really wasn't kind of focused on the time. I was just looking at his car and what I could do to get mine faster. And I noticed I was catching him a little bit, so I decided to look. And about 10 to go, my car just fell on its face. I was fighting loose. It's just one of those things where I should have probably made an adjustment that last pit stop when I didn't.
One quick question. I may actually have one. How much do you respect the lap traffic for giving you guys the courtesy?
Oh, I much respect for everybody. I mean, I was quiet. They didn't have to move, but they got out of the way. I respect that 100%. And if it wasn't for them guys, I probably wouldn't have been as close as I was, honestly.
Hey, Coke, man. I got my question for you, man. Is how did it feel after that restart? You got out there, you chased him down, you battled him, and you passed Fluffy. You had the lead, and he took it back for you. I know you were on edge. I know your nerves were shooting up right there. I mean, how does that feel to be racing with Fluffy for the lead? And took it from him.
You know, to be honest with you, my nerves they was not up there. I mean, I was nice, I was calm. I knew if I get nervous, I was gonna overdrive it. And then we went into turn one, and he got me a little bit like I did in him. I bumped him and moved him a little bit. He got me a little bit. I mean, it was just hard racing. It was probably one of the best races I've ever had, honestly. But I wish I could have kept the lead longer. Wish I could have got the win, but you know, I'm definitely looking forward to more races with him.
I was gonna say, finishing second to him is definitely nothing to put your head down about, man. You did a great job.
I told the guys
buddy.
I was in the party with, I was like, shoot, I'm happy with the second place.
I'm proud as hell of you, man. Watching your growth, man. Watching where you come from, being a friend of yours, man. I'm proud as hell of you, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Heck of a race, man.
Especially where you've been finishing and stuff like that, going to under the old school point situations. It's sometimes it's best to think long term, not short term. Like you said, anytime you're on the box spraying the champagne, that is definitely not a bad situation. But there was a long season to go. We look forward to having a lot more from you. And like you said, you are looking really good in this old school point system in season 4 here at Giggity.
It was a tough one, that's for sure. It was tough.
Hey, did you use your wheel or your controller tonight, bud?
Yep, I used my wheel.
Did you? Ooh, I know your arms are tired.
I was just gonna ask.
Actually, they're not really tired. I've been working out a little bit, you know, trying to get into shape. So
you've been doing the lifts, huh?
12-ounce curls.
Hey.
12-ounce curls, 12-pound curls. What are you talking about?
That's how big the plates of food are.
Oh, he's doing them bend and snaps.
Congratulations, Coke. You put on one heck of a show, and we're proud to have you here in Giggity, both dirt and pavement. We were all looking forward to seeing you come over, and you were showing why you are a dominance and definitely being looked at by people out in the outside world also. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Great job, dude. I love watching you have good performances and good runs like that, man. It's awesome.
Do we have our third place finisher up?
Yeah, man, I was watching that leaderboard like a hawk. It was fun to watch you. As far as our third place guy, he was sent an invite. I asked him on Facebook if he was going to do an interview, and I haven't received word from him at all. So
driving that many laps at Martinsville tonight, he might be sucking down some oxygen in the water, trying to get rehydrated. Probably, relieving himself because there's a long race to go. Green flag. So
I just want to point out I beat Coke last night, so I beat the guy that kept up.
Well, how bad did you reckon?
I didn't reckon.
I'm just kidding,
pushed him to a plate track win.
I actually pushed him. He did. Yep. I returned the favor the very next 2 races. I pushed you to win.
But I tell you what, halfway through this Martinsville race, you know, I haven't ate nothing all day, and about halfway through that race, my belly, it started cramping. I was like, oh, come on, hurry up.
That sucks when that happens. Then you're just thinking of food driving around in circles.
I know, man. I was like, come on, let's go. Let's get this race over with.
Hey, definitely, man.
I don't care where I finish. Let's go.
Well, for RJ Smitty, Arch, and myself, Arch, great to have you up here as always. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Appreciate it, guys.
RJ Smitty, I got to talk to you for more than 3 minutes, and I didn't get beat by you. Thanks for being up here. I can't wait to have you up here more often, as long as they let me up here.
Well, that goes for me too. You know, as long as I'm welcome back, I'll I enjoy it, and I've never really done the custom cup broadcast before. I'm usually out there competing, so that was pretty cool.
I'm still going to give you grief one more time. I know that you're in the 9, not the 24. Thanks for confusing me a little bit. But, guys, let's bring this broadcast down to an end for Mr. Archangel Nannerbrad, who is up here. Blakey T made a special guest appearance. RJ Smitty, as always, like I said, haven't got to talk to you very much. Great to have you up here. Great to have you back. I am Puddin'. And for Season 4, Giggity Racing, second week, short track racing at Martinsville, custom cup style. I think we're all going to say it.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.